Welcome, 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 welcome to the Big Blue House. Let's do a lesson. Let's do a lesson. I got my face in it. I'm alright, guys. My energy is high, though. I will tell you. The only reason why I put my face in this one is because I'm leaving, and I know it's going to take hours to upload. Okay? So, on that note, it's okay because I don't need the computer for a little while. Okay? Court knows how to bounce back, guys. And that's why I'm here. So you all learn to bounce back. Okay? So let's do a lesson. Let's do a lesson. Kind of feel like talking. Okay, yeah, it's all making sense. All right, it's telling me a story. Let's do a daily lesson. I'm going to vibe off of it, okay? Lesson for today, most important lesson for my zodiacs. I'm not really feeling that. I'm going to put it back. And you know how many times I said I'm not really feeling that? I'm putting it back, and it came out today with clients. But for real, all right. Patience, okay? Accept that everything happens in divine order. And then we have abundance. This is all the way around being happy, okay? You can manifest it. You can make it possible. All right? It's like the magician, you know, desire what it is you want. Make sure it comes into fruition, into physical reality, okay? You may have some divine, you might have a hold up because you're working with the divine, okay? But the divine is making you see. Be happy for what you have already. Things are coming, okay? But apparently, the lesson for today is going to be ones that are dealing with a very divine scenario. All right. I say that like everything's divine. It's universal. Okay. But there's some circumstances where it's deep in the midst of divine. How do I break that down for you? Like, when I say, oh, patience, you know, divine intervention type thing, everything's universal, everything's divine. I know, I just freaking said that. But, like, there's some circumstances where between you and somebody else, the divine is really working on the two of you. When I say divine, they're working on the both of you all the time. Okay. Like their alliance gets with your alliance. You get pulled together. Okay. There's a reason for it. There's a purpose. Okay. And usually one or the other's in denial. I'm not seeing this. They're not seeing that. Like for me, I feel like when it comes to certain stuff, when it came to certain stuff with me, I was working out of ego, not even really realizing it. It's just because I knew what I wanted, and I didn't feel like that was ego. I knew what I was gonna have, what was coming my way, but in all reality, the way I was presenting it and putting it out there was coming from ego. But when I was saying it to myself and how I have it in a knowing and certain stuff, it doesn't come from there. But the way I'm putting it out, sometimes it comes from my ego. Okay, so it's little things that keep getting acknowledged over and over and over. And when something is divine, and you have to have patience, it's patience on yourself, it's patience on the other person, it's patience on life in general, okay? Because you're in the midst of learning a huge opportunity that's coming your way, and they want to make sure you know what it is you're about to get yourself into. So the huge learning curve, huge. Okay. But for some, you're definitely dealing with that. Like, basically, you're abundant all the way around already. There's just probably one or two things like you feel like you're lacking, but you're really not lacking it. You still have to have patience because you're not learning it, but you have to acknowledge that. Okay, so all these people, like you look at certain people and they have all the money in the bank, they have beautiful cars, beautiful homes, they go on vacations, everything's happy, their kids are happy, and yada yada, but they're lacking love. Okay, well, they're not going to get that love until they realize all that other stuff they have wasn't important. Not like they held all the other stuff to such high standards, and weren't acknowledging the little things. All right, and that can go anyway. You know, you can have love, but you don't have the money. Well, if it was the right kind of love, self-love, just the right kind of love, it has to be the right kind, deep, true, unconditional love. The money and everything else would follow. All right, so it's tricky. I know, it's tricky. But let's get to our lesson. Ring the alarm. Ring the alarm. All right, we're stressing this friendship, guys. They're saying persevere. They're stressing it, okay? We just had this yesterday. So maybe today's not a day for a lesson, okay? Please go watch that video. I'm going to give you a quick example. I had a client today, and she didn't watch the friendship video, and I tried to break things down to her when something came up, and I said this is just exactly like the other day when it comes to a special friendship, and she hadn't watched the video, and I told her to go watch it. I just repeated. Why am I repeating myself? And this guy just wanted this friendship, and he keeps trying to come back, and she kept pushing it out and pushing it out and pushing it out, and she didn't want to rekindle this friendship because of the pain. But here's the deal: she had so much pain with that particular gentleman that after the door wasn't closed, but after she got out of that particular scenario, she went out with her friends and met somebody else, and that particular person fed the gap. Okay. And now she's having trouble with that particular person that she met, but in all reality, she never healed from the previous one. So she went through the same exact cycle with somebody else. Okay, so now she's like really in a pickle jar. Okay, she's probably dying laughing right now. But it was a tough read because I could feel for her and I could feel for this. I could. And it's like the person that's trying to come back into her life, this just goes to show was her twin. All right, this was her friend. This is somebody who's reaching out over and over and saying to her, can we just talk? Can we have our friendship back? And she was like, no, she was pushing it away because out of fear, out of a lot of reasons that she hadn't acknowledged yet that she's about to, that she's in the midst of. Okay, and she's gonna be perfectly fine. I'll tell you that. All right, she's good. It just some things she just had to be aware of and acknowledge and get the. She knows she has the inner knowing, but she was so caught up in the comic that she didn't see this other person. A comic and a twin, man, do they mirror each other like no other. So it's real hard to determine sometimes who's who. But it just goes to show that this, like I said, this person's been asking to just have a friendship back because they know that bond is so strong. But she was like, she didn't want it because of the past pain. She didn't want it because she's still dealing with a comic. So now she has two people coming at her. She's going to have to make an important decision now that we narrowed it down. Okay. But like, it just goes to show how important and how blindsided you can be to these things sometimes. Okay, because you don't want to let go of past pains and harboring stuff. Okay, and then fear kicks in, and there's all this other stuff that kicks in. And she was dealing with the comic, and she was so focused on the comic that this person that wanted to rekindle this bond, she wasn't having it because this person caused so much pain, or there was so much. Another way you can take it is so much pain that you've endured through other relationships that you're fearing moving forward. Okay, I'm gonna pull one card on this. So they're stressing it. Okay, because some people probably saw that video and was like, blah 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 blah. Okay, well go blah 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 yourself in a different freaking direction. Because if it was blah 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 blah, get off my channel. Okay, this isn't blah 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 blah. These are important messages. These are a special bond. This is admiration. This is loyalty. This is trust. This is reconnecting. Tell me about friendship. Somebody is not seeing the bigger picture, and somebody's watching this video, because there's no reason why it would come up again unless somebody didn't watch it. So if that's the case, go back and watch my other one that says friendship again. Ding dong. Can anyone hear the dang doorbell? Someone owes somebody an apology. That's usually the case, though. So it's like, again, this could just be a soul friend, but this can be a twin. This can be a lover. Okay? It's whether or not you want to open up or turn a blind eye. You want to turn a blind eye, then go ahead. All right? But you're missing out on an opportunity that the universe is giving you, handing you. And if you're not seeing it, then shame on you. Okay? If you're waiting on somebody to reach out, and if you're waiting on this friend to reach out and they're not, and you can't move on, fix it. Like, simpler said than done, I understand. But where's your self-worth? If somebody's not putting in the effort into something, then move on. If this other person has to put the effort in, then it's on them to reach out to you. All right, so don't get it twisted when I say to reach out to somebody. You should know better. If your intuition right away is telling you don't, then don't. Okay, like, but if it pulls on your heartstrings, there's nothing wrong with sending a message. But you have to know your scenario. You have to be confident enough in yourself to know whether or not you should reach out. Okay? This person fulfills you, though. All these cups are filled with beautiful colors and flowers. Somebody has a cat, but it's more than just a cat. It is way more than just a cat. All right? Not to creep you out, but this cat knows things. This cat is protecting you. I know it's nuts. I have cats. My cats aren't here to protect me. But this cat is here to protect somebody. There's no question. And it's like a tabby cat, orange. Okay? It's I almost said Macalico, but it's not. I don't know if you guys have a reference to Macalico, but that could be like another omen for you. But this cat, this cat's here. All right. It could even be a cat that's not yours. It could be a neighborhood cat. It could be a cat you keep running into, and you're like, why the frig do I keep coming across this cat? Okay, it's an omen. All right. Think about what it is you're thinking at that moment when you receive omens. Okay. It's signs to reach out to this damn person. But some people are too stubborn and they're learning lessons, okay? And while other people learn lessons, just take care of you. That's it. All right? If someone's not ready, they're not ready. If someone's not putting the effort in, then no. You no longer should feel the need to put more effort into something because it's draining you. Right now is the period to move forward. Okay? Like I said, it's about finding your purpose and moving forward. Okay? That's what it is. All right? Some people are having a real hard time accepting that. But in all reality, like, I don't even feel like I should pull another card because I've been going for 13 minutes. I had to have said something that somebody's going to acknowledge that's going to be beneficial for somebody. Okay. It's pulling me the same thing, but like I said, this is divine. All right. So have patience. So meanwhile, if you're dealing with somebody who's not reaching out and they're the ones that's supposed to reach out, then all good. It's all good. Do what it is you do on a daily basis. Don't you dare miss an opportunity that comes in your direction. I talked to a lot of people today and clients, and they're kind of all experiencing what I'm experiencing. And it's the way the ball bounces. Like, hey, Court, how do you put yourself out there like that? Like, how did you feel when you did that? It's important to be vulnerable sometimes. It's okay. All right. It is what it is, guys. All right. I'm normal, just like all of you guys. I go through the same energy, just like all you guys. But it was also an awakening. Okay. It was a huge awakening to what I've been holding on to, regardless of what I know. But you face that when it's time to face it. Until then, you don't pass up opportunities. You don't pass up being happy. Ever. Ever. Nothing should be holding you back. And if something is holding you back, please stop. Acknowledge it, address it, heal from it. Don't let nothing hold you back no more. Don't. I know people don't want to accept moving on. Kai's doing something very special right now. I understand people don't want to address moving on because you've been holding on, okay? But there is a reason for you to move on. Don't sit in stagnicity. The person you're waiting on that is showing no effort is comfortable being smug, is comfortable sitting in their scenario. So let them be comfortable, because if you're not getting effort on the other end, that person's heart chakra is definitely not open, because you guys would be communicating. Okay, I know. Okay, so some of you guys got to open your heart chakra. All right, so live your life, because yours is open. Okay, so give it to somebody else if you have to. All right, don't miss out on opportunities to be happy anymore. I understand it's so hard to let go, and it's a battle to go back and forth and be like, oh, it's a battle. I know. But say to yourself, and this is why I probably said it the other day, honestly say to yourself, does this person deserve me right now? And if the answer is no, it's because this person does not deserve you right now. It's so clear cut. Be strong enough to move forward and get yourself out of that energy. Why would that person even want you right now if you feel like that person's not good enough for you? Does that make sense to you? Like, if this other person sees a side of you where you're too emotional and you don't care enough about yourself, like, why do they want to be with somebody who's going to cling to them? Or it can be different circumstances for different people, but you have to look at how they're looking at things. And sometimes, if you know the person well enough, you can look into it like that. But if this person's just being stubborn and you already put your effort in, time to keep going. I'm not kidding. If you say to yourself, this person does not deserve my love right now, then move forward. Move forward, because the universe is going to send you somebody who will. And if they don't, you still have to find you. You're still going to find that. You're still going to find that new love, whether it's for you, whether it's for adventure, whether it's for a passion for work, a passion for a loved one. It usually means the other person is giving to somebody else. Because if they really truly loved you and liked you, you'd be seeing the effort on the opposite end. So if you're not seeing the effort on the opposite end, then this person is giving their effort to somebody else. So stop putting the effort in, because if you look at it like that, it's kind of sickening. It's kind of belittling. It's kind of aggravating. It's kind of frustrating, but it's also a reality. Is it a little humiliating? Yeah. But you get past all those things in life to move forward. All right? It's lessons. It's karma. All right? So don't worry about it. All right? Don't worry about it. Keep living. Keep going. Because there's so much out there that is just waiting for you to grab onto and go experience life and adventure and fun and fulfillment and fun. You know, like, go do it. Just do it. you know, and when the issue comes back around, deal with it then. But until then, let it go. That is a lesson. That's it. Easier said than done, I get it. But it can be done. I promise you that. It can be done. All right? Go find your freaking happy again. All right? I love you guys. Bye. I love you guys. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. All right? I feel like I should say something, but I think we're good. All right? Bye.